and welcome back to another video. In today's video we will be taking a look at Windows 7 in 2023 as a 50 subscriber special. First of all, I'd like to say to you all, thank you all for helping me get to 50 subscribers. It's been a bit of time and it's taken a lot of hard work and dedication from me, so I would please ask the rest of you who haven't subscribed to please subscribe to my channel so we can get to 100 subscribers in the future, as well as 1k somewhere in the distant future. Because at the moment the demographics are most of my viewers are not subscribed, so if you subscribe and share this video with others, that would greatly be appreciated. So Windows 7 in 2023, what are we going to be expecting? So Microsoft discontinued Windows 7 in 2020, and basically it's been 3 years. Can Windows 7 still handle basic tasks? So basically it's a good operating system, I would say. You got gadgets on the sides. For example, you could edit the gadgets by going to right-clicking and then going to gadgets. You can drag and drop many things. You can have something like, you know, a puzzle, picture puzzle, or currency. You know what I mean? Yeah, so you can have all of these things and they're very useful to many people. Obviously some things don't work any more because the services are down and everything, such as some games, the internet games, but these things still work good. Unfortunately, I have run into a few issues with Windows 7, so actually at the start it was working with all of these things, and then after when I updated the performance, after getting the VirtualBox guest editions, because I'm running this in VirtualBox, unfortunately some games such as Chess Titans have stopped working, but we're going to come to that in a minute to see if they start working again. But yeah, let's see what version of Windows we're on. So yeah, version 6.1, Service Pack 1, Windows 7 Ultimate, so the best of the experience. So let's go first into stuff like the file manager. So as you can see, you got the old start button, you got the old menu, you got stuff like Windows Live, which is discontinued now, but then you got stuff like computer. Yeah, I've got 31 gigabytes of storage. You got stuff like, you know, your usual Windows files. And let's see first Internet Explorer. So yeah, Internet Explorer is the default browser, or it was the default browser. I think after when I installed Chrome, that became the default browser. So yeah, you got Google. You can do stuff like I'm feeling lucky, for example. I'll go to Google Doodles page, which surprisingly looks good. Okay, so that's good. Oh, yeah, by the way, I've also got 4 gigabytes of RAM, so on this virtual machine, so it might be a bit lagging, but it'll be fun for this video. So yeah, we could go and go back to google.com, and yeah, we can accept these terms and agreements, and then we can do something like what I did in my ChatGPT video, how to bake a cake. So yeah, you've got, it doesn't look exactly like what Google search would look like, but it's close enough. It's got all of the main things such as the related questions. It's using an older version of the Google engine, I think, but then yeah, you got stuff like images. Yeah, the older version of Google. So that's Internet Explorer. Basically, it does display browsers, browser pages and stuff, but it's not completely it's not completely the full experience of browsing the internet, because this is obviously Internet Explorer, so outdated it's outdated software. So as you can see, yeah, Internet Explorer 11, which was released on Windows 8.1, Windows 10, dropped in Windows 11, but still here for Windows 7 and Windows 8. So yeah, 2013. They started Edge development in 2015, so really Internet Explorer 11 hasn't really got much. Obviously, you can see this is the main MSN homepage. You've got links such as does Amazon work? Let's see. So yeah, I think my internet connection is not the best, so it might take a bit of time to load, but Internet Explorer 11 actually surprisingly works. I wouldn't say that I wouldn't say that this is anything unusual. It loads all of the normal features of a website of Amazon, which is good. And yeah, it's good to know that it works. So yeah, give it 1 second as it's loading. Had to increase the RAM from 2 GB to 4 GB, as it was basically unusable at 2 GB. So yeah, the minimum for Windows 7 is 2 GB, but I really wouldn't recommend you ever getting a machine with 2 GB of storage. I mean, not 2 GB of storage, 2 GB of RAM, because if you are planning to use this a bit, then you need to then you would need more RAM to handle more tasks. So yeah, here is obviously Chrome. It does come up with the warning, of course, that it's no longer supported on Windows 7, as the last version to support it was the February version of Google Chrome stopped support. So yeah, as you can see, you got, let's go to trending search. Okay, yeah, that was, I think Chrome is a bit quicker than Internet Explorer, but yeah, that's to be expected. Google Chrome is much newer, 2023 versus 2013, so 10 years different. And yeah, we got that. So yeah, web browsing works, check. So we can close out of that, and we can postpone the updates for a while. So yeah, so we can quickly play like picture game, or we could check how much our CPU is being used. As you can see, 100% usage of the CPU, which is not ideal, I would say. I think it's also because I've got my own stuff open up in the background, but yeah, 100%. Definitely, you would want to be looking at 4 GB to 8 GB of RAM on a Windows 7 PC if you're gonna buy it. So, what's next? Let's see if we can load stuff such as Windows Media Center. This might take a bit. Oh wait, CPUs dropped down to around 49, 59, and now back to 100. Yeah. So as you can see, Windows Media Center does take a bit of time, but it is loading. Nice starting animation. Sound. Oh yeah, so you've got all of your movies, music, and extras and stuff. If you got one of those remotes that you can even buy off eBay now for really cheap, then yeah, you can buy one of those. At the moment, I don't really have any music or TV shows stored on Windows Media Center, as I don't really use it, so that's empty. Next, let's go to an application such as Paint. As you can see, the computer is thinking for a bit. This is Windows 7 Ultimate, by the way. But yeah, we've also got the snipping tool. Yeah, as you can see, this is Paint, and also, yeah, the snipping tool is something, I don't know if Windows 11 still has this, because like in Windows 10, like you can do this kind of stuff with Windows Shift S. Snipping tool is actually kind of useful, I would argue. But yeah, that snipping tool. But yeah, let's see, how fluent is this? We can go to something like Crayon. What if we would wanna say, let's go to that and let's start writing, like, the calligraphy is nice. Hello. YouTube. Obviously the handwriting is bad because this is being done on a mouse. So yeah, let's do SF16. I like the calligraphy. It's very responsive. Everything's very responsive. If we wanted to do that, it keeps up. There is a bit of latency, as you can see, but it's definitely manageable. Yeah. So yeah, that is Paint. So if we say like print, can it show us a printed view? Okay, not responding. Okay, yeah, it won't show us a view, but it will show us like all of these options. I don't have a printer currently configured with this Windows 7 PC, but as you can see here, it is loading the options, albeit a bit slowly, but I can expect that. We're not going to save changes to that, but we are now going to go and see what else we can do. So we've looked at Media Center. Now let's check Movie Maker. It might take a bit of time to load. As you can see, this red clock, I think it also comes from the Product Red initiative for Windows 7 Ultimate. So basically an entire Windows kind of theme dedicated to Windows 7 Ultimate, and it had stuff like, yeah. See, this is what I was talking about earlier about the game. So it's, yeah, our system requirements. So yeah, the video cards isn't loading, so unfortunately we have run into some issues. Let's go to games though. I have played Chess Titans though, but in on this virtual machine before, but for some reason it doesn't work anymore when I try to play it. But let's try. It's loading Chess Titans. Okay. Yeah, it has stopped working. Okay, so Chess Titans does not work. So that is also the thing with yeah, obviously let's see if Pebble Place works. It's definitely taking a bit of time to load. This computer needs to yeah. At the moment the score is 1.0, it says. But yeah, whenever I try to refresh the experience index, it doesn't work. So yeah, I don't think Pebble Place is going to load. Yeah, I don't. So unfortunately on this machine it does not work. So yeah, for some reason some drivers or some system issues are causing this not to work right at the moment. But yeah, you got games, accessories. Let's look at, can we load up programs such as Microsoft or OneDrive? So stuff like OneDrive. Okay, so we're loading into Office. So yeah, that worked. Now we got Movie Maker. Movie Maker obviously can't start. We just looked at that. Let's go to Windows Media Player. This should work. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I can't play these songs because of copyright reasons, but yeah, you got some handy default music, and yeah, you can play, burn, sync. So yeah, that is the review on Windows 7. But before we end this video, let's see stuff like Windows Live Writer. When a notepad would be better, actually. I don't because Windows Live Writer is for blogs, I think. And yeah, so yeah, can we edit Word documents, for example? I mean, I don't have Word Office installed on here, but yeah, you can say hello YouTube, this is a review on Windows 7 by SF16. Please like and subscribe. Yay. Okay, yeah. So Word editing looks good. You can obviously put in the date and time if you want for your work if you needed to. You can word wrap, you can about Notepad, what version obviously is 6.1. You can replace say hello with bye, replace all, then by YouTube, of course. You could then yeah do many things. You could page setup, so you can do whatever that is, and yeah, we don't have to save changes to that. So yeah, and that is my review on Windows 7. Now, Windows 7 is a very usable operating system in 2023, but there are some things to keep in mind about Windows 7. Oh yeah, by the way, this building is also seen on the Windows 8 lock screen. But yeah, Windows 7 is usable in 2023. Now, there are some things to keep in mind. Windows 7 is no longer supported by Microsoft, like what many people are going to tell you. It's also out of date, and yeah, so yeah, it's not supported, it's out of date. Applications don't support it that much anymore, such as Autodesk Fusion 360 has moved to Windows 8.1 / Windows 10 even, and even Chrome is moving to Windows 10 instead of Windows 8.1. So that is something to keep out for. And also security flaws such as Windows Defender won't start up because it's old. Windows 7 gadgets were removed in Windows 8.1 because there were security flaws in it. So I don't actually recommend you use Windows 7, as it might be a bit security bugged, and also you don't know where you're going to get your installer from the internet because you can't get it from Microsoft. And yeah, Microsoft doesn't really do any product keys. You would have to like spend £100 something, maybe less. I think yeah, less, but then for that money you might as well maybe just get Windows 10 Home for just a bit of extra money. Like, it's just a bit more extra money. So it really is up to you. Windows 7 is still usable, but I would not recommend using it for everything. If you did want to use it, I would recommend getting something at least 4GB. But if you are going to be doing some more intensive stuff, then 8GB to 16GB is my recommendation. And the storage, I would say anything like 256GB of storage minimum for like a lot of like heavy tasks. And you don't want to have a harder drive. You want to definitely get an SSD, even if it's like a cheap Samsung SSD. And if you don't want to get it on a physical machine, you can go and get it on a virtual machine. But remember to also give that a bit of room, and also remember that your PC will have to handle it as well as other virtual machines. For example, I've got Windows 8.1 Pro as well as Windows Neptune Build 5111 as virtual machines. None of them are actually running except for Windows 7 Ultimate, which is the third one that I've got. But yeah, you gotta bear in mind for that. And also, it really depends on up to you whether you like the aesthetics and everything. But yeah, I personally like it, and it's sad to see it go, but obviously Windows will not, every Windows version will have its own ending time. But yeah, Windows 7 is usable in 2023 is my verdict, but remember that you need to, that it will be getting out of date pretty quickly within the next few months, and that also it is security flawed, and yeah, unless if you're paying billions to Microsoft a year like governments are, you're probably not going to be getting the security updates, and you really would only need to use this for a few older applications. But if this is just for nostalgia and video purposes and collection purposes, then yeah, sure, install it, and be careful not to like share any of your most sensitive data onto Windows 7 virtual machines or even Windows 7 PCs. And yeah, remember to install an antivirus. So thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. Please share this video with friends and family so we can get to 100 subscribers and even 1,000 subscribers in the future. I could not have got to 50 subscribers without your support. So yeah, thank you all of you, and I'll see you in the next video.